Thanks for stopping by, and just before, for the shameless plug that I'm about to make for my channel, do us a favour and stick a thumbs up. It's easy, just do it from the telly. I don't know, everybody asks, but I mean it. I really do need your thumbs up, please. We've got a situation. The situation is, I may have changed my mind a little bit. So yesterday's ride on the way home just wasn't that good. It was in the dark, it felt whiny, I couldn't really see the bike. That switch gear is still not illuminated. BMW, get yourself sorted out. But everybody said that already. So in this video, I'm not going to go over the specs. Everybody's done those. Username Kate did them better than I think than anybody did. So go and have a look at her channel and she'll tell you a little bit more about the specs of the bike. But there are definitely some things I don't like and some things I do like. Now it pulls really well. And in fact, you don't want to see me, you want to see the bike. So I'm going to turn around. Here we go. There it is. Prizes, by the way, in the comments if you think you know where I am parked. You probably don't, but there we are. It is a nice bike. Is it as good as the 1250? Yeah. Is it better than the 1250? I don't think so. I think it's just as good. What's letting it down for me at this moment in time are these panniers. I'm not impressed with the central locking. I don't really understand why you'd need central locking. This one's working fine. One of them won't lock. One of them won't unlock. I've tried taking them off and they are so stiff to take off. I mean, I know it's really dirty, but they're so stiff to take off that worries me that mechanism is going to break at some point. So I'm not sure whether they're going to last the test or last the test of time. So I don't like that. You can keep that. Heated seats great, grips great, dash great, ride great, pulls great, feels nice. Doesn't have the presence at that front end that a 1250 does. I'm not 100% convinced of the headlight. I think it looks small as well. I'm sure it does whatever it needs to, but I think it looks just a little bit small. The stickers are diabolical for a £23,000 vehicle. You could do a lot more with these, but yeah, pulls really well. Feels in dynamic, by the way. Feels good. Active cruise control works great. Is there much more to say? There's probably a little bit more to show you. I'm not a fan of the exhaust, the stock exhaust. I'm not a fan of that. It doesn't make enough noise. There's no bark. But then I've got the Krapovich one on mine, if that's how you call it. The wheels are kind of okay. Jury's still out. I'm going to take some time to make up my mind, and I'm going to ride it a little bit more. I like it. I don't love it. It's not given me the grin factor yet. Some bits and pieces. So I met a guy yesterday, I think his name's Nick, and he runs a blog called boymeetsbike.com, I think, and he was saying to me that he'd be really interested to know what the MPG of the bike is. So I thought I'd have a quick look at that now. So hopefully if we get in here we might have a good idea. Let me reframe and start again. So looking at the menu, I've put some fuel in it because I only picked it up with about 80 miles in it. It's done 742 altogether. So actually the MPG, the average MPG is 48.7 over the period of time of those miles that it's done. And I don't think it's been reset because both of them say the same. I think it's been ridden for 21 hours and 24 minutes. So if you look through that, and the average speed is 39 miles an hour, which is kind of what you'd expect on both of those. The tyre pressure is a little bit higher on this bike than maybe what it should be, and I've got a range of 105 miles, and I've ticked all the bits and pieces so you can see everything on that. So that shows you all of that trip information. So as I said, I think it is 48 point something. So look, average MPG 48.7. Do you really need me to go in and show you? At the moment it's set on dynamic, and I've had it on road, I've had it on rain. They're the three settings that I can do, but you can go into the menus and you can change that so that you can go Dynamic Pro, or Road Dynamic Pro, or Rain Road Dynamic, but you can only have 3 at a time. The TFT and settings are here. Navigator operation, okay. So I can now have a look and control that from the WYSI wheel, in and out, which is good. And then when you go to the multi-rocker switch, one thing that I didn't know, I'm sure I saw somewhere, is the rocker switch gives you the ability to, if you press it once, you can then set which is the primary function, and then you've got a secondary function which you can hold for. So if I go to the primary function, that is the windscreen going up and down, which I'm going to do now. Windscreen up and down, which you can see that, and if I press and hold it, it then gives me the secondary function. So if I go up, I can change the heated grips to 1, 2, 3, and if I go down, I can change the heated seats to 1, 2, 3 and off. And I have to say the heated seats are really good. So that is just a quick WYSI tour of that. Obviously you've got the sport screen as well, which I think I showed in one of my previous videos. It's just a bit gimmicky really, to be fair. As you can see, you've got maximum lean angle, woo, how much brakes you're putting on, and DTC as well as a percentage. Protection, I think they've done this better, they've sweeped this round better, but I quite liked what it was like before, to be honest. If I'm honest, the thing needs a wash. Really not impressed with these panniers. I think, did I see that Touratech make them? Well, Touratech, you haven't made a very good job. I'm not sure with this. You know, I think it was Kaimark, was it, that brought out the lock to go on that, to stop people from stealing it. I'm not quite sure how you would bolt that on now with this all here. No doubt there must be a way, or they'll design a way, so that's good from that point of view. That will need to do. Steering damper down there. There's also a guard down there, I'm guessing to stop the road noise from coming up, unless that's protecting something else. It's making some funny noises at the moment. These fins are a lot less pronounced than on the 1250, so at least if you're going to clean you can probably get in there. The engine feels wider, I don't know why. Oh, it's got no oil in it. No, it's not on its stand. Don't think the engine gets quite so hot as the 1250, so obviously the cooling's just that little bit better. On the Triple Black, you've got these pegs, and I think I would change the pegs to something where you can you get a better kind of bit of better grip, a bit of better feel. But as I said, I'm not a fan of that exhaust in any way, shape or form, so it probably needs the better exhaust, but personally I think I'll be waiting for the Jackal and Hyde to get developed, to maybe put on this to give a slightly better sound, because it just does sound a little bit there. It reminds me of my old C650 scooter. That's what it reminds me of. What else is going on over here? Still just the one radiator fan, 2 radiators, but 1 radiator fan. What's going on here? I don't know whether that's a sensor. I would suspect it is. A sensor there. You've got to make up your own mind, people. You need to go out and you need to go and ride this, and you need to get the feeling for yourself. Shut up, you bangy person. Really don't think that they are very good at all. I'm sure in my 1250 they were inlaid much better, but the thing needs a wash, and I might just go home now and see what it's like to give it a clean. This is definitely better. These fins are definitely better. This finish is definitely better. I thought the finish was different on different bikes, but so far it's not. So we'll see. It definitely pulls like a Trojan. I'm not going to show you me riding it because I think that's pointless. Everybody else has done that already. And you never get the feeling. These wires go up here for... They've still not managed to get that to work. I wonder if I switch it on and switch it off again, whether it goes through a reset. Let's have a look. Yes, it does. So it obviously works. So I'm going to go off and do a little bit more riding. That's about it for this video. I'm not sure I can show you anymore. Well, could I show you how the seats come on and off? That might be an idea. Not sure I've seen anybody do that. Where's the key? Horrible key. Ooh. Turn. Oh. Okay. So that's the heated seat part of it. So be careful of that. Little toolkit underneath. And not much room for any accessories like in-of. You probably get the in-of unit just in there, possibly. Possibly, maybe. This comes on and off fairly easy. Let's just move that over to one side. And have a bit of a feel here. Battery's just there. Yeah, there's a little bit more room underneath there for putting a few bits and pieces if you needed to, or you felt that you needed to. Such as Hex Easy Cam. How that actually plugs in, the Hex Easy Cam, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that the people from A Bike Thing would be able to tell me. I'm pretty sure. So if you're watching this, Steve, put a note in the comment and let us know how it plugs in. Some things obviously you're not supposed to move. But yes, very interesting stuff. I would pretty much think that Steve will have got one of these bikes in at some point from somewhere, so that he could do what he needs to do, so that he can tell the manufacturers of all the stuff that he buys what or how they need to configure. Well, you've got to be careful with that wire when you're putting stuff in. Ooh, sorry, it's going all over the place. And then they hook in there, I think. I'll do that in a minute off camera. There you go. What do you reckon? Should I buy one? Not this one, but should I buy one? What do you think? Comments down below. This is going to be really difficult to show on camera, but you can lift the seat up front and rear. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. Lift the seat up front and rear and slide it forward or backwards like that. So it goes up slightly. Excuse the angle. It goes up slightly and back. Very difficult to do that when you're trying to hold a camera underneath your armpit. And just in case you're wondering, yes, you can get an iPhone Pro Max in there, no problem at all, with some room at the bottom of it to put the cable. Very good. Very good. Right. Look, that brings me to the end of the video, but I just want to say, just before you go, thanks for listening and waiting until the end and watching this sort of stuff. As I said, that thumbs up's great. But before you go, I took my wife out on this, so I've done another video of what her thoughts are for sitting on the back and seeing how that makes a difference between the 1250 and this one. Anyway, watch out for that one. That's coming very, very soon. Thanks for taking the time. I know it's quick and I know it's messy, but it's me, it's edit. There you go. Smile, you're on TV.